Welcome to Hand and Power Tool Safety. By the end of this training, you'll be able to name who is responsible for tool safety, apply the general requirements for issuing, using, and maintaining tools, and work safely with each tool type: electric, hydraulic, gasoline, pneumatic, powder-actuated, and abrasive. You'll also be able to recognize an unsafe tool and remove it from service correctly, and identify the PPE and inspection each tool family needs. This program is part of our Accident Prevention Program, and the Safety Manager administers it to meet federal, state, and local rules. It applies to every one of us: employees, contract workers, and temporary workers at every worksite, facility, and operating location. It covers any tool we rent, lease, own, operate, or maintain, and it's written to meet Washington's WAC 296-155, Oregon's OAR 437, and the federal OSHA Rule 1926.302. Let's start with responsibilities, because tool safety is a shared duty. It runs from management at the top all the way down to every authorized user on the job. Each role has a clear part to play, and the system only works when everyone does their part. Let's look at who owns what. At the top, management provides a safe and healthy workplace. They set clear safety rules, enforce them consistently, fund the safety equipment and training we need, and empower us to work safely. The safety manager is the subject matter expert. They provide oversight and consultation, review this program at least once a year, investigate safety observations and accidents to find the root cause, and make sure training, inspections, and audits get done. Closer to the work, supervisors set the example. They fully implement this program, make sure a job hazard analysis is done for assigned tasks, provide proper fitting PPE, pull any non-compliant or damaged tool out of service immediately, and assign an authorized person to handle inspections and record keeping. As an authorized person, you follow this program and its forms, use only tools you've been trained on, wear the PPE provided for the job, meet any further rules your supervisor sets, and report concerns to your supervisor or the competent person. Contractors are part of the team too. They comply with this program and everything in their contract bid documents, and they coordinate safety activities with the worksite supervisor. But here's the most important point on responsibility. If a tool or a task looks unsafe, anyone at any level can and should stop the work and speak up. That stop work authority belongs to all of us. Now we move on to Section 5. This is where we cover how to actually work with tools safely. We'll start with the general requirements that apply to every tool, and then go family by family: switches and controls, hand tools, portable electric, hydraulic, gasoline, pneumatic, powder-actuated, and abrasive wheels. The general requirements come down to three ideas: train it, guard it, and maintain it. On the left, we only issue tools to people trained on that specific tool. Only competent personnel repair or sharpen them. Guards stay operable and in place on all moving parts, and handles stay installed unless the manufacturer says otherwise. On the right, keep every tool in safe condition. Tag and remove damaged tools until they're repaired. Match the size and capacity of the tool to the job. And never use a makeshift or substitute tool without supervisor approval. The general rules also cover how we handle, carry, and store tools. Red tag or remove any unsafe tool from the site. Anchor fixed machines so they can't walk. Don't use a cheater bar unless the tool is designed for it, and never throw a tool or drop it from a height. Carry sharp tools in a pouch or bucket, never in your pocket. Use lanyards so tools don't drop into openings. Use non-sparking tools where ignition is a risk, and never leave tools where they can fall or trip someone. Switches and controls matter because the right switch keeps a tool from running when you don't want it to. Drills, larger grinders, disc sanders, and reciprocating, saber, scroll, and jigsaws need a constant pressure switch. A lock-on is only allowed if a single finger motion shuts it off. Routers, smaller grinders and sanders, and nibblers may use a positive on-off control. Pneumatic nailers and staplers need a muzzle safety device. Hoses over a ½ inch need a safety device at the supply, and circular saws over 2 inches need a constant pressure switch and guards above and below the shoe. Hand tools are simple. Use them only as they were designed. Do inspect them and keep them in proper condition. Make wrenches fit snugly with no sprung jaws. Pull wrenches instead of pushing them, and keep wooden handles tight and crack-free with handles on your files. Never use a screwdriver or file as a pry bar. Never use a wrench or pliers as a hammer. Never strike an impact tool with a mushroomed or cracked head. And never use a defective tool, whether it's the company's or your own. Portable electric tools add the hazard of electric shock, so the rule is ground it, GFCI it, and inspect it. Know the safe operation and wear your PPE. Use an assured ground or a double insulated tool. Make sure the tool is listed by a recognized lab like UL, and plug construction tools into a GFCI outlet or cord. To maintain and repair, disconnect power before changing attachments or servicing. Don't use electric tools where fire or explosion is a risk. Let qualified personnel make repairs and replace the entire cord. And never yank a cord to unplug it or use it to hoist a tool. Hydraulic tools work under serious pressure, so respect it. Be trained in their use, care, maintenance, and limitations. Wear proper protective equipment. Never exceed the safe working pressure of any component. Use only approved fluid, and inspect hoses, fittings, and couplings before each use. And here's the warning to remember. Never check for leaks with your hands. Fluid under pressure can inject right through your skin and cause a severe injury. Qualified personnel make and test all repairs. Gasoline tools bring fuel, fumes, and fire into the picture. Be trained in safe use and maintenance and wear your PPE. Turn the tool off and let it cool to ambient temperature before refueling, clean up any spill, and dispose of waste properly. And never smoke while refueling. Don't run a gasoline tool in a confined space. It creates a carbon monoxide and oxygen hazard, so make sure you have ventilation. Store gasoline only in an approved labeled safety can with a self-closing spout and a flame arrestor, and never alter a tool in a way that affects its safety. With pneumatic tools, the key is controlling the air supply. Never exceed the manufacturer's safe operating pressure. Install a shutoff valve at the manifold or pipe outlet. Put a safety device on any hose over a ½ inch, and never use a hose to hoist or lower tools. When you couple and drive, shut off the air before connecting or disconnecting unless the couplers are designed for it. Stay clear when you turn on the air at a valve. Make sure fastener tools have a contact safety device, and never drive a tool with oxygen or combustible gas. Always deflect the exhaust away from yourself. Powder-actuated tools, like a Hilti gun, are essentially firearms, so only certified operators use them. The operator carries their operator's card and keeps the manual and load tables on hand. Inspect and test the tool before use, and post barriers within 50 feet of the operation. Load the tool only just before firing, and never leave a loaded tool unattended. Never point it at anyone. Keep your hands away from the barrel, and use only the fasteners and charges made for that tool. And the danger to remember? Don't fire into hard, brittle, spalled, or pre-drilled material, and never in a flammable or explosive atmosphere. Abrasive wheels and cutting blades store a lot of energy when they spin, so rate it, guard it, and inspect it. The wheel or blade RPM rating must meet or exceed the tools. Inspect before mounting and before each use, and pull any cracked or bent wheel. On a bench grinder, the hood should expose no more than 1/4 of the wheel with a guard gap of 1/4 inch, and set the work rest within 1/8 inch. When you mount and operate, use aligned guards strong enough for a burst. Wear safety glasses and a full face shield. Mount between proper flanges with a clean blotter, and let the wheel stop completely before setting the tool down. If a tool is unsafe, it is out of service. Inspect every tool before each use, following the manufacturer's guidelines. The moment a tool is defective, tag it "Do Not Use" until a qualified person repairs it, or dispose of it. Store tools, wheels, and blades in their designated places. Red tag or lock out any unsafe tool and remove it from the site. And never, ever put a do not use tool back into service. Let's bring it home with 3 things to carry to the job site. 1. Be trained and use the right tool for the job. 2. Keep the guards on and the PPE on every single time. 3. If a tool is unsafe, it's out of service. And when in doubt, don't use it. Get these 3 right, and you've got the heart of tool safety. That's hand and power tool safety. The right tool, in safe condition, used the right way, every time. Thanks for giving this your attention. If you ever have a question about a tool or a task, ask your supervisor or the competent person before you start. Stay safe out there. To complete this training, complete the test 5472-TEST-LMS-Tools and score at least 80%. Ask your supervisor to train you on any tools you are not familiar with. Don't use any tools or equipment you don't have training and experience with. Thanks for taking tool training with us.